When we got to the center, he told me, "Congratulations, you have passed." I was shocked. I was excited. I was like, "Wow, you mean I passed this test?" When I thought I already failed. Hello, my friend. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Eyum, and on this channel, I share with you the information and the inspiration that you need to overcome adversity. This month, I'm going to be speaking on the subject of finishing strong. Finishing strong. We are in the last quarter of the year, and as we are beginning to wind up this year, this is a good time to sit back and begin to evaluate your journey so far. So today, I'm going to focus on what does it mean to finish strong. To finish strong means doing your best until the very end. Many years ago, that was actually in maybe 21 years ago, I was still living in Dublin at the time. I needed to do a driving test to drive in this part of the world. I was already driving from Nigeria for several years before then, but the driving here is different. We drive on the different side of the road. The rules are different and all that. So I needed to do this driving test. And anybody that knows what driving test is like in the UK, it's a prayer project. I fasted, I prayed for this driving test. I asked people to pray for me. I put in all my best. And on the day of the test, having prepared to the best of my ability, having prayed, I showed up and I was doing the best that I can. But my instructor looked very strict. His face was stern. He was not smiling at all. And as I drove, he would just like frown his face and write down something. And at a point, I was getting disheartened. I was like, I'm sure I failed this test. That's why this man is having this kind of attitude towards me. One mind told me, just drive anyhow and finish the session because you failed already. And then another mind told me, even if you have failed, just continue to put in your best until the very end. At the end of the day, if you put in your best and you fail, then you know that you did your best. Don't change the way you are driving. And I tend to go with the second thought. So I just had to still drive well to the very last minute. Lo and behold, when we got to the center, he told me, "Congratulations, you have passed." I was shocked. I was excited. I was like, "Wow, you mean I passed this test?" When I thought I already failed. The lesson I want to bring from this was that I continued to do my best until the very end. I didn't throw in the towel and say, from the way this man is looking and behaving, I've failed. Let me just drive anyhow. If I did that, I'm sure I would have failed the test. But sticking in there and still doing my best until the very end made me to win at the end of the day. That is what it is to finish strong. So finishing strong is not really about the result you get at the end of the day, because in life, many times we don't control the outcome of things. We can only control our input. You can put in your best and the result may not be what you are expecting, but at least on your own side, you know that I did my best. You can live healthily and sometimes sickness may still show up, but at least you know that you did your own part. That is what it means to finish strong. Doing your best until the very end. Another meaning of finishing strong is staying the course with your vision and goals. What is the vision for your life? What is that vision that you had for this year? What were the goals that you set for yourself? In my women group, the Gameful Women, when we started the year, I encourage everybody to have vision in 5 areas. In the area of our faith, in the area of our family, in the area of our fitness, in the area of our finances, and in the area of our freedom, where we want to be free. So I encourage us to have these goals. And then as we start the year, we begin to work towards those goals. We begin to work in achieving those goals. But now, at this point in your journey of life, in your journey this year, will you say you are still staying the course? of doing those things that you set out to do when the year began. Many times when we step into a new year, it's very easy for us to be excited because we wish ourselves those happy new years. We are excited about what this year holds. And then we get into the rhythm of doing the things that will make us to achieve the goals that we want to achieve. But we know that as life goes on, as the days progress into weeks, into months, different things begin to happen. And along the line, we begin to drop those goals, or we begin to lose focus of the vision that we have for our life, of the goals that we have set for our life. So finishing strong means staying the course that is in line with the vision and the goal that you have set for yourself this year. So I'm coming today as a reminder. Are you still on course for the goals that you have for yourself this year? Are you still on course with a big vision that you have for your life? It's okay to sometimes lose track, because the truth is that we all lose track. But it's in listening to teachings like this and taking that time to examine ourselves that makes us know whether we have fallen away from the course we set for ourselves or whether we are still on track. And when you realize that you are falling away, all you need to do is just to get back on track. It's not sitting down there and say, oh, I've gone off track for so long, so let me continue on the wrong track. No. When you realize you've fallen off track, you get back on track. Another meaning of finishing strong I want to give to you today is finishing strong means living a legacy of a well-lived life that benefit your future generations. There are sometimes you look at where you are coming from, you look at your lineage, you look at your parents, and you are not happy with the legacy that they have left for you. I know people that don't bear their family names because that name closes door for them. What that simply means is that that family didn't leave a good legacy. Because when you leave a good legacy, people always want to identify with it. That is why you see sometimes that people bear maybe their great-great-grandfather's name because of the legacy that that name has. So finishing strong is living a legacy of a well-lived life. When I'm talking about living a legacy of a well-lived life, it's not necessarily about the amount of money that you have left, but it's about the fact that you lived well. Your name is a good name. Your future generations, your children, your children's children, they want to identify with that name because you lived well. You lived a life of integrity. You were known as a hard worker. You were known as someone that cared. You were known as someone that gave back, no matter how little it was. So finishing strong is living a life of legacy. So as a coaching question again, what kind of legacy are you leaving behind? Is your life a legacy that future generations can benefit from? Maybe as you're listening to me right now, you are getting discouraged and say, oh, based on how I am living, I don't think I'm living a life that will finish strong. Yes, I'm happy that you can acknowledge that, but I'm not here to condemn you. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to just encourage you to examine your life to see if you are still on track, if you are still doing the best that you can, if you are living a legacy of a well-lived life. And if you are not, then this talk, this teaching is coming as a reminder to course correct. If you feel that I've gone off track, I'm no longer following the course of the goals and vision I have for myself, then you can, like I said, you can always come back, course correct, and begin to do the things that will move you towards achieving your goals and fulfilling the vision that you have for your life. So one thing you must realize is that starting well in life does not guarantee a strong finish. The fact that you start well does not mean you will finish well. The fact that you start badly does not mean you will also finish badly. It's all about examining ourselves, course correcting. When we know there have been mishaps in our steps, we correct it and we turn back. There are so many examples of people, and I'm sure if you think into your life, you can see areas that you started well, but right now you are not doing so well because you've gone off track, because you are no longer putting in your best any longer. And there are also areas that you probably were a write-off, but you have now made some corrections. And by the things that you're now beginning to do, you find that you are turning for the better. So in finishing strong, yes, you started well, but don't let that enter your head, like we'll say in Nigeria, and you no longer put in your best again, because if you stop doing the things that you were doing that gave you good results, you find that your results will start changing. And on the other hand, if you didn't start well and you've made a lot of mistakes, you've done things that you are ashamed of, then it doesn't also guarantee that you must continue in that path. You can course correct, like I said, and turn for the better. And even though you started badly, you can still end well. That is just the purpose of my talk today, to encourage you that if you started well, please keep putting in your best. Stay on that track. Even if you've not gotten the result that you want, just do your best. At the end of the day, that is all that matters. And if you started badly, you've made decisions, you've done things that you're not so proud of, you don't also have to continue going on that path. You can make a decision today and say, no, even though my beginning was not so good, I'm going to make sure that I finish well, I finish strong. So I'm just going to end by asking you this question. What can you do to ensure that you finish strong? You can share your answer in the chat, or if you just want to ask that question as a reflective question, please take time to ask yourself, especially if you know that you are giving up, you are getting off track. What can you do to ensure that you finish this year strong? And finishing this year strong will have an impact in your journey of life, because at the end of the day, it is your days, your weeks, your months, your years that accumulate into what the end of your life will be. So, what can you do to ensure that you finish strong? I hope this video has blessed you. And if it has, and you have not yet subscribed to this YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Please hit that subscribe button now, so that anytime I upload a new video, you'll be notified. And like I said, I'll be speaking on this subject for the rest of the month. So next week, I'm going to be speaking on the steps you need to take to finish strong. So make sure you don't miss it. And I will see you again next week. So until then, take care and God bless you.
Are you going through a traumatic experience? Does all hope seem lost? Are you looking for a way out? Then these books are for you. Mama Grace. He gave me comfort through the storm. All by Eyum Ejiga. These books are available in paperbacks, Kindle versions, and audiobooks on all Amazon websites worldwide and other online bookstores. You can also find the audiobooks on Audible and iTunes. So take heart. These books will show you the way out of trauma to triumph. And you will have the last laugh.